So I was walking one day, more than one day, and the Pope Francis had a building, a church, and he had set the building on top of me. And I was underground for a long while, and it was a whole lot of dead bodies, dead children up under sand, and I was up under sand. And somebody like the people who knocked down churches to find out what's underneath the church was knocking down the church, and they heard me screaming, and they had got me away from up under there. And I can't remember exactly what they asked me, but I was telling them what happened. But that's what I'm saying. People picking up buildings or picking up churches, really, and putting it on top of people, or buildings on top of people. That's like evil if people are doing that, if giants are doing it too. And I found out in Egypt that Cleopatra was a giant, but when I had went the last government job I had, I'm not doing no more government jobs because I can't do it because I don't want to go to hell. So, but the last one I had went overseas in Egypt as a agriculture person. I was like a Department of Agriculture. I worked for them, and I discovered a lot of things about Egypt. But like, they have it on outside of people's tombs on what they were doing, what to do and why to do. But I just hope they didn't like get her tomb out. Well, I had fell down through sand, and I had fell on top of her tomb, and I screamed for help because we was excavating, and they had sent some people down. It looked like some Mexicans, but I guess it was Egyptian. But I remember a Mexican rescuing me from under the sand too, because I was in another tomb too. But then I said, I can't do this job, and we need to really just stop like digging and just let those things that's down there, stop digging it up. Stop digging it up. So, but they was getting people out that was excavating. But just, but some people, like some giants that I know, because Joe Biden used to be a giant, or he was a giant. Like, he'll flip down to a human being tall, then he'll flip up and try to on the other side and be a giant. Had put me into the Egyptian box, talking about, and he threw some fruits in there, and I was in there starving to death because I had ate, but I had like boo boo. I was feeling good, but I was like bent up, and I was just crying because I thought I was gonna die in that tomb until some people from a museum had got me out because they had read what was on outside of my box, outside of my tomb. They read what was on the outside, and they brought me back, and they had put my body together, but they had took one of my bones out of my neck because they was like, "Oh, we found Maya, we found her," and I was like, when they took my bone out of my neck, I said, "I'm not Maya." They was like, and then I said, I can't move. So they was like on the computer, they was like putting my skin back together, like from a computer. They was so I was so they had put my skin together via a computer, and I guess it was not like a 3D printer, but they put me together. And then when I had was able to get out, I was stretching, and I had got out the tomb. I had got out the because they had picked up my body because they didn't want my body to be brittle. My body was really brittle, and they didn't want me to like lose a limb. But when they put me back together, I had got out. I had got up, and I was like, thank you guys. Thank you. 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 What can I do for you guys? And I started to cry. They was like, you're gonna be okay. Let us get you a robe. You're gonna be fine. And I was like, I wanna work here with you guys. I don't know. I don't have any money. What can I do? And I don't know what happened then, but I was very, very grateful.